school, and I just want to welcome everybody here tonight. Mr. Hellerman has been working on this play, now don't laugh, for 2 years now. You go back 2 years, it was when COVID hit, and we had to postpone it. So this play has been in the works for 2 years, so I'm very excited. This is a play written by Mr. Hellerman, musical rather, written by Mr. Hellerman. So again, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank the stage crew and all the parents that have helped put this together, and of course the students who are performing, and Mr. Hellerman. I'd like to invite Father Ray up because he's going to lead us in prayer this evening.
Nice. We pray together, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Acts of the Apostles mentions the word theater, maybe musical, theater at least 2 times. Once it says, everyone rushed to the theater in Ephesus. And the other time it was said, St. Paul was told, don't go near the theater. All I know is that you're the ones who are rushing to be here for this theater and musical with a conviction that there's something bright and good that happens in children's souls when they let themselves free to do this beautiful work of just being alive. Full blessing on this assembly that gathered today and tomorrow as well. Great blessing on all those who assemble, especially our actors and actresses on this stage. And a great blessing now on all those who've assembled and have rushed to the theater, as in Acts 19. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you all. Enjoy.
Sit on it, Finch.
Well, you can just call me Finch. Anyway, I'm a traveling man. Don't stick around in one place for too long. Things get awfully boring. There was this one time I stayed so long, almost grew a beard. The town is called Attleboro. There's a mighty strange happening there. It all started at the local saloon, the Fountain by name, where the bartender and piano player were saying their farewells as they set off to seek their fortune.
We're gonna miss you when you're gone. You've been our partners for all these years. We're gonna miss you when you're gone. You had a good time when you were here. You're the feeling better than we ever. We were the best when you went that bad. We're gonna miss you when you're gone. We're gonna miss you when you're gone.
Mr. Ford, on behalf of the Cowboys, I've been asked to say a few nice things about you. But not too nice, because that would be bad luck. We here in Attleboro have boasted that you make the best drinks east of the Mississippi. Unfortunately, we reside west of the Mississippi. May the good Lord bless you with the best gold mine in all of California.
Thank you, Joe. Do much appreciate it.
We're gonna miss you when you're gone. You've been our partners for all these years. We're gonna miss you when you're gone. You had a good time while you were here. You're the best feeling that we ever had. You really weren't that good, so you really weren't that bad. We're gonna miss you when you're gone. We're gonna miss you when you're gone. We appreciate the way you helped us all to sing. You taught us lots of words of a flood and we'll welcome you right back. We're gonna miss you. When you're gone, we're gonna miss you. When you're gone.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Ford, we wish you all the best in Godspeed for this glorious gold month of California.
I'm mighty obliged to you, Mr. Jack Joe, and to all y'all. This is a very kind farewell.
Oh, I sure am going to miss working here at the fountain, but I'll make sure to write you, let you know if we strike gold.
Bye.
And there they go. We'll never have music again.
And we'll never have a drink again.
Now, you all needn't fret such about that. I placed ads in every paper weeks ago. We should have our new bartender and piano player to arrive any day now.
How can that be? I haven't heard anything about that yet.
I hadn't either.
Well, that's because I know how rumors travel in a small town like Evergrove. If I told y'all I was searching for a piano player, you'd all be talking like Scott Joplin himself was about to take the job.
Oh, well, I never. What a rotten, dirty trick. Not even telling me.
Now, Mr. Orjana, don't you go taking it personal, but you do know how you embellish things a little sometimes.
So you got Scott Joplin?
No, I got a piano player from Kansas by the name of Will Oaksley. He's been about something in Kearney, Wichita, even in Kansas City. Knows all them good Western songs. Says he's got some experience as a cowpuncher to boot. Well, that sounds like a right sensible hire.
Oh, what would you know, Joe Hickok? You ain't got no taste in music anyway.
As if what this town needs is another uncultured cowboy.
And the bartender is some feller of the name James D. Finnerly.
James who?
James D. Finnerly. Well, I do not like the sound of that. Anyone uses a letter initial instead of a name as something to hide. Well, I don't know much about him except that he's coming from England lately.
England? Well, I think that sounds like a good idea. James D. Finnerly. I bet he'll know the proper way to serve a drink the way the Queen Victoria likes it.
Queen Victoria! I'd like to know what's wrong with the way Mr. Ford always did here.
Oh, and Hudson, that's because you didn't know any better. Well, all the season is gonna spread by itself. I've got to go tell Myra at the post office.
And that's exactly why I didn't tell you. But Lonzo, it's not even 2:30 yet. Oh my, how time flies. And here's the mail from the 2:50 train, right on schedule.
Anything interesting looking?
Oh, hush, Lonzo. You know we're not supposed to be going looking through nobody's mail. Let's see here. A parcel for Watson. A letter for Jack Joke. Ooh, a letter for Joe Hickok, and in a female's handwriting. Oh, it's from his mother. Good afternoon. afternoon, Georgiana.
Good afternoon, Myra. Jack Joke's hired a new bartender who's from England.
From England?
Yes, he has, honest truth, and he's about to arrive any day now.
My. I wonder if that's what this here fancy letter is all about.
I do believe it is. Let's see what's inside.
Now, Miss Myra, you know we're not supposed to be looking through nobody's mail.
Oh, hush, Lonzo. I'm not looking. I'm just taking a tiny peek.
What she said.
It's on stationery.
That's good, right?
Good? Why, of course it is. Why would he have him boss stationery if he weren't somebody important?
It's probably some kind of Duke or Earl.
Now what makes you so sure? He probably got this paper from his hotel in St. Louis.
Now why would he need a paper from St. Louis if he's the English Duke? Oh, I'm sure of it. Probably lost all his money gambling, and now he's trying to restore his family's honor by seeking the gold out west. Or maybe he's searching for his long-lost love.
Someone's coming.
Good afternoon, Miss Myra. Good afternoon, Mr. Hickok. Oh, howdy, Georgiana. What can I do you for? I was just passing by and wondering if any mail has come. Why, in fact, there is a letter here. Wow, you sure do a great job of getting mail to everyone.
It ain't that hard to deliver mail around here. There are only 4 buildings in the street, and everyone is always at the saloon.
Oh, hush, Lonzo. Why, thanks, Joe. Mighty kind of you.
Why, yes, she's very good at reading. I mean, sorting other people's mail. Well, you know what? I'd just be going, just letting her do some more reading. I mean, sorting other people's mail.
Sure. All right. Okay. Miss Myra? Yes, Joe? Never mind. Later, Joe.
Well, there you are, Joe. I don't know what I find you here.
Yeah, what you doing at the post office?
Well, getting my mail, of course.
Yeah, getting mail. It's pretty smart.
Well, of course, from Miss Myra. She's the mail lady, ain't she?
Come on, Joe. That zebra don't throw fits and scaring all the cattle.
Well, that guy's a wild horse. Good afternoon, ladies. So long, Joe. Here comes Jack Joe.
Good afternoon, ladies. Anyone wait for me?
I don't know. Let me just check.
She's just finding it.
Oh, here's one, and it says this one is for you too.
Thank you kindly. Well, what do you know? Mr. Finnerly is arriving Will Oaksley is arriving tomorrow morning on the morning train from Wichita.
Oh, nobody cares about him. He's just another one of them uncultured cowboys.
Heavens to Betsy, what happened to this letter?
Oh, isn't it a shame how bright careless folks can be with their mail?
But what do you know? Mr. Finnerly is also arriving tomorrow morning on the same train.
Wait, James C. Finnerly arrives tomorrow?
Yes, sirree. And what may I ask brings you to the post office today, Miss Georgiana?
Can't a woman idle a post office if she pleases?
Oh, sure.
And besides, I'm waiting for a package.
Are you now?
Yes, I am matter of fact and expecting a great family heirloom from my great aunt Thelma.
It's true. She's been asking about it just about every day.
I see. Well, I'm sure I'll see you ladies tomorrow. Fare thee well.
Myra, I do hope no burglars have taken my heirloom. I mean, just look at all these wanted posters. What if Billy the Kid of Wild Daddy has taken it?
Oh, I'm sure it's perfectly fine with the U.S. mail. After all, what kind of no-good lowlife would be sorting through the mail looking at other people's packages?
Not us.
Well, this will be your new home here in Avondale. By the way, Mr. Finley, do you mind if I call you Jim?
That is the appropriate colloquial name, and I suppose must oblige.
Right. Was that a yes or a no? Anyways then, Mr. Finley, here's the bar where you paying for. Here's the liquor cabinets, the cash register, and a list of prices and receipts to help you get started.
I'll do my best, sir.
And here's the peony for you, Will Oaksley.
Well, looks like it should all work.
Well, howdy, Miss Georgiana. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to see you here so early today.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am James D. Gurley, the new bartender here at the saloon.
Ma, he talks funny like.
Hush, Nanny. And a good day to you, Mr. Finley. I'm Miss Georgiana Smithson of Attleboro, and it's my truly high honor to welcome you to our humble abode.
You are too kind.
Oh, not at all. We've just been so excited to meet you from England.
Who's that?
Why, that's Will Oaksley. You ladies will be working with him on our evening musical entertainment.
Howdy. We have to work with him?
Ew.
Why, Will was a fine piano player, I think.
I know a song or two.
I don't suppose you play the piano, do ya? Must be awfully tedious serving drinks to dull cowboys all day. I'm sure you'd rather.
I regret that music was not a talent that I had an opportunity to develop. The piano forte is not my forte.
The what?
Ladies, I think you should allow Mr. Finley to get on with his business.
Howdy, folks.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I am James D. Bitterly, the new bartender here. Says who? I suppose you are local herders of cattle and regular patrons of this establishment?
The what?
Ma, he talks full like.
We're all charmed, I'm sure. I suppose you're the new piano player?
Yeah, that's me. I like your outfit.
Well, thank you. These are not the cowboy boots, only worn for special occasions.
Well, it's getting a bit late for tea time. Mr. Joe.
You called him Mr. Joke.
Mr. Joe, I believe it's getting late for tea time. Where might I find the tea kettle and tea leaves?
No need. The only tea we serve here is sweet tea. Here, I'll go get you some.
Wait.
The apothecary in Fort Harris might have some medicinal teas, but that's like 20 miles away.
Ain't that just terrible, Jack? I mean, like, what kind of uncivilized place is this that doesn't have any proper tea?
I don't recall you ever asking for a performance, Georgiana.
That's because I knew you didn't have any.
My dear lady, think nothing of it. When in Rome, one must do as Romans do.
What do the Romans do? I don't know.
Thank you. How far did you say Fort Harris was?
Well, quit your moaning and whining about your precious tea. Aren't you going to serve us hard-working cowboys some drinks?
Good land, Georgiana. It's only Lonzo the mailboy.
Lonzo, you scared me half to death.
Miss Georgiana, your package has arrived.
My heirloom?
I brought it over here special myself since I knew you'd want it.
Good afternoon, my fair lady. Allow me to introduce myself. I am James T. Bitterly, the new bartender here.
Nobody asked you. A pleasure to meet you. I'm Myra.
And a telegram from Mr. William Oaksley.
That's me, bellboy.
And letters from Miss Dalton, Miss Watson, Mr. Hiccup, Mr. Hudson, and a newspaper from Mr. Jackson.
A letter for old Joe? Who's writing you?
Well, how'd you like that? Big news from Kansas City. The boss asked me to lead the new cattle drive next year? Well, ain't that just officious? Wear monkey cowboy boots and promotion? This is my lucky day!
The Wichita paper says that Wild Eddie has gotten away from the law again.
Wild Eddie?
I thought Sheriff Harden had him locked up in the cattle boots.
Apparently not as locked as he thought. Says here he had a smile smuggled into the cell and disappeared during the night.
Wild Eddie's a loose? How come steal everything in Attleboro?
Now, Mr. Regina, the West is an awfully big place. I don't see why Wild Eddie would come to such a small town like Attleboro.
Excuse me, but who is this Wild Edward that you're speaking of?
You've never heard of Wild Eddie? He's the most famous bandit of all.
He blew up the Salmon River Bridge.
He robbed a Hazel egg, a horse meat, and a cow.
And he looks right handsome in all them wanted posters you see everywhere.
Will, he must have been in Kansas at the time of the Walnut Creek street heist. Got good stories?
Ah, shucks. I'm a piano player, not a storyteller.
But you must have heard a thing or two in your travels. I don't trust the newspapers to get it right, but rumors are always the honest truth.
Well, all right. Everything you heard. It's all true. Wild Eddie was born on a July morn that was hot as a frying pan. His mama took one look at her little lad and she said, if he's anything like his dad, he'll grow up to be a bad, bad man. Yes, he said he'll be a bad, bad man. But as a child, Wild Eddie was wild, and that's where his story began. At the age of 5, he stole a rocket horse, and he galloped through the streets riding bareback, of course, shouting out, I'll be a bad, bad man. Yes, he said he'd be a bad, bad man. They made all the schoolgirls gossip, and Mr. D said it was a shame that with all his sin, little Eddie was winning for himself that notorious name. Wild Eddie was a student of the criminal arts. Wild Eddie, he's the worst bad man from the start. Eddie's first career was rope and steer on a westbound caravan. But he brought so much and he cheated at cards, so I threw him out before he could travel 25 yards. Cause they said he was a bad, bad man. Yes, he said he was a bad, bad man. So he made his way through Santa Fe, through Silverton and Cheyenne. Everywhere he stopped, he got into a fight, and he left after stealing everything in sight. Yes, for sure he was a bad, bad man. Yes, for sure he was a bad, bad man. And he drives all the lawmen crazy, while your earth just shakes his head. And he always gets loose, he knows how to bum moose on his getaway thoroughbred. He's a two-step ahead of the law. Wild Eddie, he's the worst bad man of them all. Wild Eddie's the greatest band in all the land. When Eddie sits chief, Sitting Bull stands. Eddie was a 49er in 1848. Wild Eddie can make the OK Corral great. He's stronger than John Henry, younger than Billy the Kid. And south of the border they call him El Hombre Estúpido con un bigote feo, which I think is Mexican for exceedingly handsome young bandit. I could be wrong. He's a renegade whose face is displayed from Lendertown to Spokane, with its whiskers waxed a good-looking bad man.
He's a good-looking bad man.
And he's an expert at the 10-step polka. And he's the life of the caravan. All the ladies have sworn if he ever reformed, he'd be an almost wanted man. Wears mustache and a suede leather vest. He's the handsomest man in the West. He's the worst bad man in the West.
Ooh, that wild Eddie. Nobody's safe with such a man loose.
No need to fear today, as long as I wear my lucky cowboy boots.
You and your boots.
Wouldn't it be exciting if you were to rob some in Everborough?
Alrighty, it's time for some square dancing. Will, you ready to play some music for us?
That's what I'm here for.
A parochial dance. How quaint. How delightful.
Oh, you searching for a partner?
You know, I've been taking some dance lessons.
Oh, don't let these girls bother you. I'll happily take this first dance.
Ladies, for goodness sake, the man has a job to do. He can't dance away all night while the bird goes unattended.
Well, Miss Mara, I'm not much for dancing, but I am wearing lucky cowboy boots. So, not this pleasure, honor of this very good dance. Why, most certainly. Sorry, Myra. Oh, do be careful, Joe.
He's the river and I couldn't get across, so I paid $5 for a blind no boss. When a woody girl hang where her horse there, so sort of went up and down like an old sawmill. Dancing tonight, yee-haw! Dancing tonight, yahoo! How many people you ever saw will be dancing together with the turkey and the straw? Turkey and the straw, ha ha ha! Turkey in the hay, hey hey hey! Cowboys dancing the turkey and the straw, hey hey hey, yeah, ha ha ha!
I'd better have a sit down. Here, Miss Myra, let me get you a drink.
My apologies. Well, yes, of course. Perhaps Ballad play.
Why, yes. Sweet tea, please, and thank you. Well, don't go smooth talking, Miss Myra. I have to hear a drink first.
I see. Oops.
Oh, you dang right, man. I'll teach you how to spell between like cowboy boots. fine.
Well, let me tell you, at first, I didn't believe it. Did you?
Of course I did. Do you know what I say? That Jacker, James D. Finicky. He's the real one who started it, and he's a regular criminal. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a burglar.
Finally, a burglar? Sakes alive. And what are we coming to?
I don't know about that. He tipped his hat to me when I saw him, and he was awful nice.
That's right. He did know how to speak real pretty. Fine. Maybe he's a real gentleman after all.
Did you open your package yet? I'm dying to see your heirloom.
My heirloom! I almost forgot about that. Why, yes. This is the most exciting day ever. Saloon, a bra, my heirloom in the mail. Ah! My heirloom! It's missing!
Are you sure it's nowhere else?
I sure hope I'm sure. Where else would it be except inside the package?
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I better go tell everybody.
Yes, I've just got to go tell my Bill. I can't wait to spread the news.
This is just so exciting. Now, y'all, just wait 1 minute. This is kind of rare news that we don't get often around here. But seeing as it's my heirloom that's been purloined, I think I should have the right to tell everybody first.
All right.
We have a real villain here. A scoundrel, a rapscallion,
A swindler. A curly wolf.
he's a burglar, stealing everything in town. Burglar, there are your valuables found. A pirate, pickpocket, a sneak attack,
A grifter, shoplifter, kleptomaniac. He'll rob the Everborough Bank. But there is no Everborough Bank.
Then he must have stolen the whole thing already.
Burglar, tell everybody you know. Ain't it so exciting when there's something actually happening? There's a burglar in Everborough. Ain't it so exciting when there's something actually happening? There's a burglar in Everborough.
Ain't it great to have news? Ain't it great to have something to talk about?
We got a criminal loose. Ain't it great to have actual news? Burglar, tell everybody you know. Ain't it so exciting when there's something actually happening? There's a burglar in Everborough. Ain't it so exciting when there's something actually happening? There's a burglar in Everborough.
Well, boys, it looks like you've had your fun. Best clean this up stuff-alike, or I'll have to do something drastic and bring in a lawyer.
Well, that was some kind of brawl, wasn't it?
You're a good puncher.
When I need to. You know, Hudson, you don't look half bad with that black eye you got there.
Really? That's mighty kind of you.
Mr. Reed, it's better than your usual quiz.
Oh, come off it.
Shorty, when are you going to learn that fight? It's simple.
Why, you chicken-livered coward. I never such a thing. It must have been that Finnerly.
But never. I always abide by the rules of our Castle Queen's.
Straight, you sneaky albatross. You splashed sweet tea on my prized, genuine, leather, lucky cowboy boots. You dang serpent.
That you did, finicky. I do not wish to be picky, but I'm certainly not finicky.
Sure thing, thanks. Joe! Will! Dad! That's it! Oh, there you are, Joe! Something horrible's happened! My heirloom has been stolen!
Your heirloom stolen? Are you sure?
Yes! Oh, it was at the post office, and when I went back to the post office, it wasn't in there, and I said, it's been stolen, stolen, stolen! Oh, there's just so much news to tell! Jack, did you hear? My heirloom has been stolen!
We all heard you just fine, Miss Georgiana. Are you sure you didn't just misplace it?
What a suggestion! Of course I didn't misplace it! I never took it out of the package! It must have been taken during the square dance.
I mean,
There must be a criminal in here. It must be easy to find.
You're right.
I mean, it has to be in this
You
room.
was at the square dance. You could have taken it.
Now, Georgiana,
Joe, Jack, everyone. Did you hear the news?
oh, beautiful. She's already here. I gotta go. Tell everybody else. Tell them. Myra, you look very agitated. Let me get you a drink to calm you down. Hey, Bink, pour one, would you?
Your wallet? Are you gonna pay for her drink?
No, where's your wallet? My wallet, it's gone.
It's been stolen.
I mean, what kind of person would steal my dang wallet?
Oh, I've just gotta go tell all the girls there's been another burglary.
A burglar!
Miss Georgiana's heirloom has been... Oh, piffle. She's already here.
But my earrings got missing too.
And a diamond out of my headdress. Everything's been stolen. You're all burglars. Oh, this is the most sudden thing that's happened in a really long time. Ain't it great to have news? Ain't it great to have something to talk about? We got a criminal loose. Ain't it great to have actual news? Burglar, 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 tell everybody you know. It's so exciting when there's something actually happening. There's a burglar in Attleboro. It's so exciting when there's something actually happening. There's a burglar in Attleboro.
Please enjoy a 10-minute intermission. I believe there are drinks and refreshments on the table. Are you coming to them or are they coming to you? Come to them.
That's right. Miss Georgiana's heirloom has been stolen. And also Mr. Joe Hancock's wallet. Now's the air and a Jack Joke set of champagne flutes.
And don't forget a pouch of shoe polish and a new bridle from the stable.
That's shoe polish and bridle.
And Myra's granny's wooden teeth.
Right in the wooden teeth.
And 2 aces out of Hudson's pack of cards.
Alrighty, I think that's enough.
And of course, Miss Nettie's pet jackalope.
Oh, what? She has a jackalope? Anyway, it sure seemed that everything of value, and a few things not of value, had been burglared. No one was quite sure what to make of this. Albert didn't have a sheriff, never needed one before. So Miss Georgiana took initiative and... Did y'all hear? Did y'all hear? My heirloom has been stolen, and Joe Hickok's wallet, and Miss Georgiana, I told him all that already.
You have? Y'all heard already?
Well, as I was saying, Miss Georgiana went and hired a detective from Chicago.
Well, did y'all hear? I hired a detective from Chicago. His name's Spiro D. Mitch, and he's a great detective. He solved the case of the Matchbox heist in '84.
Now, Miss Georgiana, you can't go telling everything to the audience. I'm the narrator. It stands to reason you can't have 2 narrators.
He's arriving my train today, and he's gonna catch his lying, cheating, no good, sneaking, thieving burglar before anything else is stolen. And he's from Chicago, and I think he's with Sherlock Holmes, and he has a real-life magnifying glass, and he's from Chicago.
He'll be coming round the mountain when he comes. He'll be coming round the mountain when he comes. He'll be coming round the mountain. He'll be coming round the mountain. He'll be coming round the mountain when he comes.
And we'll all go out to meet him when he comes. Yes, we'll all go out to meet him when he comes. Yes, we'll all go out to meet him. Yes, we'll all go out to meet him. Yes, we'll all go out to meet him when he comes.
I wonder what he'll be like. I've never met a real detective before. I've never even met a fake detective before.
He'll bring justice to the wicked when he comes. He'll bring justice to the wicked when he comes. He will. He'll bring justice to the wicked. He'll bring justice to the wicked. He'll bring justice to the wicked when he comes.
Yeehaw! He'll be coming round the mountain when he comes. He'll be coming to the mountain when he comes. He'll be coming to the fountain. He'll be coming to the fountain. He'll be coming to the fountain when he comes. He'll be coming round the mountain. He'll be coming round the mountain. He'll be coming round the mountain when he comes.
I've got the detective! I've got the detective! Fellas, meet Mr. Spiro D. Mitch. Where's my chair?
So this is the scene of the Great Attleboro Brawl. It is just as I pictured it. The piano's in the back, over there I suppose?
Oh no, it's over there.
Oh, yes, of course. That was going to be my next guess. Now about that brawl, Miss Georgia Smithson has already informed me of every detail that fateful day. It leaves many, nay, all of you under suspicion. Mr. Joe Hickok, you're an ambitious fellow. Stealing a wallet full of cash would be a big help, wouldn't it?
Oh my gosh, it was my wallet that was stolen.
When you look at the world through the eyes of a criminal, it becomes a dangerous place where anything can happen. Many a villainous spy will put on the facade of a mild chorus girl to evade suspicion.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Mr. Leroy Short? Yeah? You would not be the first criminal mastermind to pull a charade of a dull, dim-witted cowboy. Oh yeah? I would too, when I'm not. And I am half mind think these whistles are counterfeit.
Yo!
Oh my, or perhaps they are real. Anyway, what about Mr. James D. Fitterly and Mr. William Uxley? You're both new to town. We don't really know anything about you. For all we know, Mr. Fitterly could be a political refugee,
for the British outpost in Malawi, running from a sordid life of crime.
I object to Mrs. Fiction. God save the Queen!
Mr. Oaksley says he's worked in Kansas as a cowboy. What proof do we have of that? For all we know, he could have been in P.T. Barnum's great traveling museum. He could have been an elephant trainer.
What are you talking about, you crazy city slicker?
Mr. Djokovic, may I please? What are you doing, Deputy Harris?
Sorry, sir. Just looking for clues.
I've got your mail here. Letters from Mr. Jack Joke and... Oh. Howdy?
Or perhaps you are the pugnacious topher. That bag would come in handy for storing loot.
What? There's nothing but mail in this bag, see?
That's my wallet.
And the diamond on my headdress.
Did Lonzo do it?
Lonzo, how could you?
But Lonzo, where's my heirloom?
I promise I didn't steal no diamonds or nothing. It weren't me, honest.
Deputy Harris, handcuff this criminal and take him away.
Yes, sir.
The mere presence of the law often provokes a clumsy mistake. Mr. Djokovic, I still must hold interrogations. Is it possible that I can find some privacy?
Privacy, very much privacy in a small town like Attleboro.
Oh, I could clear the post office for you, if that'll do.
Thank you, ma'am. Please take me there.
I feel rather bad about them taking poor Lonzo away.
It does give one slight pangs of guilt to think of that shield young chap behind bars.
Yeah, he never hurt nobody.
Mr. Fingerly, the boss needs to see you in the office.
Very well.
Well, I'll say, we better find some evidence to prove that Lonzo ain't the burglar. Not fair.
Mr. Federley, where is your bartending license from?
License? I was not aware that one was acquired in this territory.
It's not. Miss Georgiana informs me that you are an impoverished aristocrat seeking to restore your family's honor and a close friend of Queen Victoria's. Is this true?
Well, no.
I thought not. What brings you to America then?
I was seeking to restore employment opportunities in the American West.
How'd you find America?
I turned left at Greenland.
Smart ass. What did you do and what did you observe during the brawl?
I behaved in the most proper manner that I could under the circumstances. It was only a brief squabble all over before the music had finished.
Very well. You were dismissed.
Mr. Spiro, I don't even know why I'd have to answer any questions from some city slicker like you.
Of course, of course. You are just a dumb cowboy, and I'm sure you know nothing.
That's not what I mean.
Mr. Oaksley, what were you doing on the evening of March 5th?
I was playing the piano like anybody tell, and March 5th? That was months ago. What kind of question is that? I was probably in Wichita then. I've only been out for broke for a week.
I see. What were you doing on the night of the brawl?
I was fighting in the brawl, of course. Got the black eye to prove it.
Very well. You're dismissed. Bring Miss Myra next. Miss Myra, tell me how the brawl started.
Well, the brawl started when Joe tried to punch Mr. Fingerly while everybody was dancing a turkey in the straw.
Fascinating. Did Mr. Hickok dislike Mr. Fitterly?
Why, yes. But you know, men like to fight over anything.
Very funny. Miss Myra, I think that's all the questions I have for you.
Oh, really now? Pleasure talking with you.
You too, Miss Myra. Mr. Hickok next, please.
Oh, Mr. Spiro, one more thing.
Yes?
Mr. Hickok may be a cowboy, but he's sound on the goose. A fine man who'd never hurt nobody.
Well, except Fitterly, right?
Well, maybe Finnerly.
Mr. Hickok, why did you throw a punch at Mr. James D. Fitterly?
Why? Because that no good limey spilled sweet tea all over Monkey Cowboy boots. Ow.
Why do you consider your cowboy boots to be so lucky?
Why? Because that one time I was in a stampede and a horse threw me off. I only had to get 12 stitches and a broken arm, but wasn't hurt by it. And also that one time I got bit by a rattler. I got terrible sick for a week, but I wasn't that sick.
I see. Okay. Did you notice if anyone was absent from the fighting at any point who might have an opportunity at thievery?
You know, all the men was fighting while Will was playing the piano, of course. So, I really don't see who could have done it.
Okay. Why did Fitterly spill sweet tea all over the cowboy boots?
He was smooth talking Miss Myra. Can't let that happen.
Okay. You are dismissed.
Well, what did he ask you, Myra?
Oh, just more questions about Mr. Finnerly and the brawl and about Joe. Has he talked to you yet?
Of course he has, at the train station. Though I would have told him more if he'd let me.
But you told him everything in your letter, didn't you?
Well, sure. I mean, as much as a 25-page letter can hold. But it's so much more fun to tell a soul in person. I don't know if I like this spearmint, gumshoes manners. I mean, he's like a plum-centric. But I do hope that he finds my heirloom.
What is your heirloom anyways?
What is it? Well, it's a heirloom. That's what it is.
Well, what is that?
You don't know what a heirloom is? Huh. Well, mine's worth lots of money. Ella, you know what a heirloom is, don't you?
Of course I do. What a preposterous question.
Everybody knows what an heirloom is.
Well, that's just what it is.
Oh, I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
As the afternoon went on, Mr. Spear's questions just kept getting stranger and stranger. We started wondering if he wandered off to mental reservation.
Mr. Hudson, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
What? I don't think I had it. There's some hard ones.
No breakfast? Don't you know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day?
Well, I did.
Go get yourself some fruit or toast or something. You are dismissed. Harris, I feel we haven't gotten very far. Patterns, Harris. What patterns? Do you remember the time I solved the case of the candlestick murder? I knew exactly who did it. Because no innocent man would have ever worn those plaid socks on a Monday.
Yeah, that was impressive. I never quite followed the logic on it, though.
The more complicated the pattern, the simpler the key that unlocks it. Harris, this is the work of no ordinary criminal.
Are you sure it's a crime at all? It kind of sounds to me as if some people lost some loot during a tavern brawl.
That is just what the criminal would want us to think. Harris, summarize me what we know.
Well, this is how I see it. Two new folks come to work at the time, and nobody knows what to make of that. First day on the job, roll up sees his paint cooking a straw and Kennerly serving drinks. Kennerly goes weekly on his hog's dues, and everybody looks at everybody else, and what's all over, package and wallet, his jacket was not missing. But here we are.
That's it! That's what I was missing! Harris, you never have any idea what you are talking about, but you are utterly indispensable.
Thank you.
Now, I am almost certain that I have the solution, but a few short questions will reveal all. Gather everyone who is present at the brawl to the tavern tonight.
Yes, sir.
Wait! I will also need a tub of butter. Butter? Yes, Harris, unsalted. This will be a memorable evening. All for coming tonight. I am pleased to announce that the interrogations have concluded, and that this very night, the mystery will be solved.
I promise I had nothing to do with this.
Of course you didn't. The mailed one was very cleverly framed by a criminal mastermind right here in this very room with us.
Look at green peppers. Who is it?
All in good time. But first, I have one critical question that needs to be answered. Mr. Djokovic, what was being played during the duration of the brawl?
Well, it was turkey or straw. Will played it pretty well throughout the tussle.
Well, the mystery is solved.
That's it, that's all?
I don't see how that figures out, Anderson.
A reenactment of the events of that fateful evening will reveal all. Please find your positions for the square dance.
Oh, good land.
I was at the piano, of course.
I think I was here.
Well, Mr. Meyer, we were dancing together if I recall.
Yes, we were. And you were being a right gentleman.
You know what? This is not the way that I expect a private eye to behave. Why, the last sleuth I hired back in Jefferson, he was a real gentleman, and he asked me all sorts of funny-like questions, and it only took him half an hour to find my stolen ring.
Where was it?
Oh, he said it was hidden in the chest of drawers, but he said it was a right clever place for criminals to hide it.
Well, just how many detectives have y'all hired anyway?
Mr. Hickok, would you please lead us through what happened next?
Alrighty, well, after they gave Miss Meyer a drink, and I turned around and hey, she may have been right here.
Yes, you were demonstrating extreme carelessness.
It was an honest running, sort of like this.
Strange. I remember you turning more like this. Are you really sure? Maybe it was more like this.
Just go on, boys.
Well, he turned around and then splashed Miss Tia Monkey Pride's cowboy boots.
It was regrettable.
I see. Then I stepped back and ran into somebody else.
That was me.
I see. It must have been you. Then Finley throws a left hook. Don't trust a lefty. Hits Shorty by accident.
That hurt. Also regrettable.
Missed me by a mile.
I would have clobbered you if you hadn't been so clumsy as to fall down. And then I threw a punch back like this.
No need to demonstrate that. Mr. Hickok, would you please continue the narrative?
Alright, I think Hud's over here throws a punch at Will.
Yup. I got him good and hard. And then he gave me one right back. Kinda deserved it.
Fascinating. So the music was still being played by the tussle, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a very musical brawl.
And the piano player was still playing the piano while engaging in a brawl?
Yes, he was.
So,
This doesn't add up.
no, it doesn't. There could be something in the piano that could explain this. Harris, would you please investigate?
Photograph player, boss.
Fascinating. So the piano player was not actually playing the piano? Gentlemen, we are not looking for a needle in a haystack, but a turkey in a straw. Maybe Mr. Oakley could explain this strange subterfuge? Or should I say, Wild Eddie? Oh my God, it's working! Well, that don't take me right off the bush.
Ain't he handsome just like them wanted posters?
I had heard that Wild Eddie would have liked the turkey in a straw. It should have tipped me off sooner.
So ya figured it out, slicker. I bet you think you're mighty clever.
Oh, how dramatic!
How dare you? For all you chucklehead theatrics, I knew that you had more brains than you let on. So I got my getaway horse all saddled and ready outside. No need for you ladies to be checking in at the post office, because I won't be writing back. Oh, well, I'll never. You villain! Adios, yeah!
What happened?
I think he might have found the saddle a bit more slippery than anticipated.
So that's what you wanted the butter for.
Of course, Harris. What else would I wanted it for?
Price's heirloom?
Duh! What'd you expect? Now I can finally brush my hair proper again.
Well, don't that just cap the climax?
I have that kind of heirloom. Well, of course you do. Now I can finally brush my hair again.
So Wild Eddie was caught and returned to jail. I hear tell he flew the coop again, but true to his word, he ain't never been near Attleboro since. Yup, the fella went right back to apple pie order. Except, of course, I had to get a new piano player. This time, Jack Joe made sure to hire the very finest ace-high bang-up piano player in all the West.
Get over here, Finch. We need some music.
That's right. He hired me. Now take it from the top, ladies, and don't forget to enunciate clearly.
We're gonna miss you.